our assets, our cars, our homes, our clothes, our furniture, whatever it might be. Do you own your assets, or do your assets own you? Faced with the fragility of life and of our own stability and certainty in a time like this, like we've all experienced in this 2020, we can choose to push the reset button on that whole question of owning our assets or being owned by our assets, for ourselves in our personal situations and for our companies. Some children were playing beside a river. They made castles of sand, and each child defended his castle and said, "This one is mine." They kept their castle separate and would not allow any mistakes about whose was whose. When the castles were all finished, one child kicked over someone else's castle and completely destroyed it. The owner of the castle flew into a rage, pulled the other child's hair, struck him with his fist and bawled out, "He has spoiled my castle. Come along all of you and help me to punish him as he deserves." The others all came to help. They beat the child with a stick and then stamped on him as he lay on the ground. And then they went back playing with their own castles, each saying, "This is mine, no one else may have it. Keep away, don't touch my castle." But evening came, it was getting dark, and they all thought they ought to be going home. No one now cared about what became of his castle. One child stamped on his, another pushed his over with both hands. Then they turned away and went back home, each to his own house. It's not easy to step back from your stuff, the things you own or owe money on. It's not painless to restructure your balance sheet as a business, or as an individual for that fact. But if you do not start a deliberate process to gain control over it, your assets own you. You are hostage to how important your worldly possessions are to you, or by how much you owe on it. And then you don't get to focus on purpose. Owning assets is pointless. Leveraging them is priceless. In business, we're seeing this principle in action with companies like Uber and B&B, who are creating wealth without having a lot of assets. We see it in social enterprises that use their profits to create impact, and in a move to human-centered missioning by big business. It all comes down to what you do with what you've got. Don't curse the darkness, rather light a candle. See you next time.